Well, this came out of nowhere. Hey there, guys. This is Flamzaron, aka YouTube's Tasuke, and as you've probably heard by now, I'm a teensy bit late on it, but I was sick, and I'm getting better. I'm playing Shenmue HD, and I'm having a lot of fun with that. But it's related to this a little because they're both Sega. But if you didn't already know, Streets of Rage 4 was announced. I'm fucking pumped, dog. Like this was a big. I almost kind of have speaking of Shenmue, I almost had like a slight Shenmue 3 announcement sort of revelation because I grew up with Streets of Rage, and as far as I knew, they were done. But I'm really pumped. Like this looks really cool, and I'm really glad they're bringing it back. We don't know what consoles it's going to be on. I imagine it'll be on PC for sure. I hope they bring it to consoles though. I'll probably get it on like PS4 or something. But it's being developed by a company called Lizard Cube and also Guard Crush Games, and .emu is helping a little bit, and they're apparently also publishing the game as well, which was a slight red flag for me. I think it is still like Sega's, like, from what I can tell, I think Sega is still kind of like being the head honcho of this. I don't think they're that involved in the development, but I do hope that it's published under Sega. Not that it would really matter, but they're at least giving .emu and the developers the license to use it. But the trailer showed some cool artwork and some cool animation. Showed Axel with his awesome beard and Blaze looking all cool. And they showed a little bit of gameplay as well. It might be a mock-up, but it looks really nice. It's not pixel art, which I think that's what some people might have been expecting. It's almost kind of more like a comic book. It's everything's kind of hand drawn. It looks really nice. I'm okay with that. Like I wasn't really expecting or really wanting them to do pixel art. To be honest, I think that's kind of a fad, if you will, or it's a little annoying. I don't know how to describe it, but like it seems like a lot of indie games are trying to go for like that nostalgia pixel art thing. Not saying that pixel art is bad, but I do like it when I do like that. For Mega Man 11, for example, like I think I said, I'm glad they're going for like an actual like updated look for it, and they seem to be doing the same thing here. It looks really fun. I'm definitely gonna try and pick it up because, like I said, I grew up with Streets of Rage. We had both the Super Nintendo and the Genesis growing up, but the Genesis was considered mine. The Super Nintendo was considered my sister's, so I kind of had like this special connection with the Genesis, and mine came with that 6-pack that came with Sonic the Hedgehog, Golden Axe columns. I think a version of Hang On. It might be Super Hang On or Afterburner. Some bike game or motorcycle game, and one of the Shinobi games. I think it was the second one, but it also came with Streets of Rage, the first one. I really enjoyed playing that. That and Golden Axe were like the two that I played the most, as well as Sonic and the Shinobi game. I think it was called Revenge of Shinobi. Those were like the 4 ones that I mainly played, and I never finished them because back then I wasn't very good at video games. In fact, I've never actually finished any of the Streets of Rage games. I only got close to the first one back when I played it with AJ a few years back on the Wii Virtual Console. Got to the final boss, but died to that. And I didn't play 2 or 3 until I got the Ultimate Genesis Collection for the PS3, which I did kind of get that to sort of have like a pseudo sequel to the 6-pack on the Genesis. I know there's a PS4 version that has like I think a few more games and some other stuff, some other ones that I kind of wanted to try, like Landstalker is a game I kind of want to try. But I know that's on there, but I don't know. But I'm friggin' pumped. I wasn't expecting this at all. We seem to kind of be in an era of either re-releases, hint to what I'm going to be recording later on, which I'm sure you've probably heard as well, but also like sequels. And of course, we're getting Shenmue 3, which we finally have a release date for that, which I'm excited about. And of course, Shenmue HD just in time as well, so sort of like a example from one franchise of doing both things. But I'm really happy that we're getting this. I think it's going to be cool to see Streets of Rage come back. Even if this is the last one they make, I do want it to sell well, but because this is was sort of like a major surprise, it's definitely one of those I didn't know I wanted it kind of things. Like I did want another one, but I kind of like it kind of went down for me a little bit, and I mean that from a standpoint of like I wasn't really thinking about it. I certainly don't think I've ever talked about it. But I'm freaking pumped. Like, this was a nice surprise. For the longest time, I had been going to River City Ransom, the Kunio-kun games, for my beat 'em up. Um, uh, for my beat 'em up, what do you call it? Scratching the beat 'em up itch for me. There was another term I wanted to use, but I couldn't remember. And I'm glad to kind of see this come back, because this was sort of the one that kind of got me in to beat 'em ups. I've always been sort of an action gamer, so I feel like Streets of Rage and Golden Axe were kind of the games that sort of brought me to my roots, I guess, or you know what I mean. But I'm freaking pumped, man. Like, this is gonna be awesome. I hope we get a release date and maybe another trailer, and maybe some more characters. I would love it if they bring in all the characters, because I know there were some secret characters in the third one, so, or at least one secret character in the third one. But I do hope they bring in like as many characters as they can, especially if this is like the final one, if it even is going to be the final one. For all I know, this game could, like, expand into like a giant new series, and Streets of Rage is going to come back and like give all the other beat 'em ups a run for their money. But this looks pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. But we'll just have to wait and see. Tokyo Game Show is not too far away, so maybe we'll hear something from them. But we will see. Alrighty, this is Flames aka Tasuke signing out. See you later. Bare Knuckle!